I was at a networking event in San Francisco today for national real estate organization that has a San Francisco chapter, and I recently joined the board of the local chapter. It's a pretty good-sized organization. It's one of the main commercial real estate organizations in the country, and it was nice to be there. Probably, I don't know, a couple hundred people there. It was like a decent sized event, and had really good speakers. It was one of the marquee annual events that the local chapter holds, and I was thinking about how I moved here 6 years ago. It'll be 6 years in March, and I didn't know a soul. I knew one person. That was the woman that I moved here to be close to. But other than that, in the world of real estate, I didn't know anybody. And now I'm on the board of the local chapter of one of the larger real estate organizations, and that feels good. I remember when I used to go into the city from the suburbs. I live in the suburbs. I would get like panic attacks. If I was driving into the city, or if I would take public transportation, I would just it was overwhelming. I was like in this place where just everything felt overwhelming, and I was just like constantly facing my fears, kind of building myself up day after day. I felt like a newborn colt who can't really stand up on its own legs yet. That's what moving out here felt like. It felt like being born again. In a good way and in a hard way. And then the other thing that was cool about tonight was two of the speakers were involved in city politics. There's a woman who works for the mayor's administration, and there's a man who is a resident of the city and is a member of like a citizens organization. And basically the mood of the evening and the remarks that those two people, they were two of the keynote speakers, and their remarks were all about how the city is getting back to sanity. More in any other city, it would be like, okay, conservatives are coming back into favor, but San Francisco is so far left that it's like moderates are coming back into favor, which is cool. Like, that's what we want. Like, I would rather be in a place that's governed by centrists than extremists. And basically San Francisco is going through this period where we push the limits on the left side of the spectrum, and now we're bringing it back to center. And that was the distinct mood of the evening, and it was very encouraging. because people want it to be a place that's habitable. People want it to be one of the greatest, cities in the world, which I think it is. It's a beautiful city. It's a great place to do business. And the people who believe that are starting to speak louder and bringing it back to center, which feels good. So that's interesting. That's, exciting. I'm looking forward to what the future brings. I think there's also an admission that, things got really easy for the Bay Area as far as attracting talent. Everything just was working so well that the people who run things kind of took their eye off the ball and started to take that for granted. And now, the market is showing this area that we can't take it for granted. And so people are getting the message and starting to work to earn people's trust and respect in business again. And that feels good. That's the way it should be. You should remember where you came from, what made you successful. And if you forget, then it's right that people remind you, and then you can hear that message and get back to basics, which I think is what's happening